But I very much look at it from the perspective of a medical treatment because that's the level that it deserves to be thought about.
Yes.
It's not just a cosmetic, just a fluffy little dome that goes over your head like a lot of salons do use.
Yeah.
You'll notice a difference after after one treatment.
Welcome back to the Organically Uncut Podcast. You may not know me as I am a marketing manager here at Organic Ministries. So I am usually behind the scenes. That's usually where you'll find me. But today I'm joining Toni, our holistic beauty therapist, to do this podcast. So it's new for me. It's not so new for you because you've been on this podcast a few times now, I think.
Yes.
But we're excited. We are actually launching an LED, let me get this right, Toni, LED therapy, light therapy in the salon. And that is part of our holistic beauty services that we're launching. So we thought, why not get me on here? I am the marketing girl. I do all things social media and reels. I'm the perfect person to ask you questions because I am not in the beauty world, unlike Sarah or Steph, who are talking about it all the time. So I thought, let's just dive straight into it. We've done some filming that we'll get out to you, but tell us, what is red light therapy or LED therapy? Tell us.
Well, LED, red light therapy in particular, has come into the market in a big way across so many different platforms. So I think a lot of people are aware of the therapy of red light therapy. But before I get right into that particular coloured light, our Medilux machine that we have here is a medical grade LED light. So it has more than just red light. We have blue light, yellow light, green light, red light, and we have NIR, which is our near infrared light, which is actually invisible. So you can't actually see that one. So there's lots of different coloured ones, not just red.
Yes. So when we were filming, I was very interested because you're looking at when it comes over the client, you've got all those different colours. And I think, if you don't know anything about beauty, you kind of go, what's going on there? Is it deeper than just, you've got a nice colour? Like, what do those different colours represent? So I know that you had red, you had green,
yellow,
you had yellow
and blue,
and then you had another
and the NIR, which is the near infrared.
So would you be able to explain to us what some of those lights, or maybe each of those lights, have different benefits?
Absolutely. So in a nutshell, it is just light therapy. We're not looking at gamma rays, UV rays. We're not looking at anything that will change a cell in order to damage it, to repair it. So that's one thing that I'll say off the bat, because when a lot of people think about light therapy, they think of our solariums, they think of UV kind of damaging my cells, but this is not like that. In fact, it's doing completely the opposite. We're doing longer waves, which means that it's safer. And of course there's contraindications to light therapy, and we can get into that a little bit later on. But so for instance, in a nutshell, blue light is really great for getting rid of, helping to aid getting rid of bacteria in our acne skin. So it works right at that layer where those acne bacteria gets picked up and then creates infection and pustules and things like that on an acne skin. So blue is particularly good for that. It's very good for inflammatory acne in particular, because blue will also help with the inflammatory side, the soreness that a lot of people feel in their acne skins. And it's also great for someone who doesn't break out but has really open pores and really oily skin. So it'll directly help the sebaceous part of that area that produces the oil on the skin. So that's blue light. And then we've got green and yellow. They are different, but they're similar also. Green and yellow, both great for a rosacea skin. So we have like a treatment that is for rosacea, great for sensitive skin, inflamed skin, particular types of inflamed skin. It can't be used on everybody that's got an inflamed skin, depending on our consultation as to what somebody is looking for. Great for hydration, really great at getting down in those deeper layers of the cells. So as we know, there's, well, we might not know, but let me tell you, there's 3 layers, main layers to our to our skin, which is our biggest organ of our body. A lot of people forget that it's actually an organ. It absorbs and it also secretes, so it works just like an organ. We've got the 3 layers. We've got our epidermis layer, we've got our dermis layer, and then we've got our subcutaneous layer, our fat layer. Now, the 3 work together, but also very separate as well. So our epidermis has 5 different layers, and this is as far as what our blue light will actually go. Will just be down in that bottom part of that epidermis, which is where we want that bacteria to be affected. And then we've got our yellow and green lights that go down past the epidermis into the dermis. And the reason why we want that is because the dermis is all where those beautiful cells that contain all of our youthful factors, such as our collagen, elastin, and things like that. And that will actually help to excite some of that collagen and elastin in those cells. So it's very good for epithelializing the capillary network. So it doesn't damage capillaries. So we're not getting rid of rosacea by damaging capillary like we may have got with some therapies that I've used in the past, where you sort of, inject into that area and then you use an electric current and it collapses it. So the appearance is gone immediately, but there's damage done. So this actually helps to repair that capillary network and then reduce the appearance of the redness because of that. And then we've got our red light, which a lot of people are aware of. Red light goes much deeper down into the dermal layer. It excites as well as yellow and green, but because this goes down deeper again, it also helps with redness, it heals, it helps with wound healing, it excites the fibroblasts in our cells. So we've all got a mitochondria in our cell, that's our energy source, which creates ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and that helps the collagen and elastin to just not oxidize too prematurely, which is what happens when we start to age. So therefore we get that little dipping that happens in the skin, and then we get a wrinkle, like a fine line or a wrinkle. So the red light particularly will work on that particular area to rebalance like that cellular function again. So we get the appearance that it's more plump, and those fine lines help to reduce because it's got more collagen and elastin, which is what creates them to not have a wrinkle. And then red light's also very good with acne as well because it reduces inflammation. It can reduce scarring because it's working on that deeper layer, those fibroblasts. And then we've got NIR, which is my favourite. It goes way past those 3 levels and it goes right down into the muscle layer, the collagen fibre tissues and all that sort of stuff is very much affected by that as well. So that's for really deep wound healing in that second layer. But because it goes down a bit further again, we can have things like inflammation around joints and inflammation in the skin. We're trialling to see what it looks like with stretch marks and things like that because it's such a deep wound healer. So yeah, there's lots of experiments that we're currently having at the moment just to see how that functionality is the most effective. So that's that in a nutshell.
I know recently you had a very successful client, Chloe, one of our stylists here in the salon, and in a very short amount of time, I think even from the start of the appointment to the end of the appointment, and then she's having ongoing appointments, but she saw some results very quickly. Would you maybe want to explain kind of what you had chosen to use on her skin and why that was so effective?
I love this question. The great thing about this particular LED, it's not like a dome that you've seen in other clinics. It is medical grade. So for that reason, it's super bright. It's got 1,500 globes in it. So it is very effective. And for that reason, we only need to be on it for 20 minutes. As a lot of those domes, you need to be really, to get good effect on the skin, you need to be under there much longer, sometimes up to 1, 2, 3, 4 hours in order to get the same as what you're getting on this particular machine. So Chloe, so for that reason, people can see a difference just after the first session. We need to be realists as well, that, every skin reacts differently and every person reacts differently. when I say react, responds, probably
Yes.
a better word to use,
Yeah.
responds differently. And it depends on their home care as well. So Chloe does have she has got acne, active acne. It can be quite inflamed acne. There's some pitting and scarring from a few years of having acne on her skin. And she noticed actually after the very first session that it wasn't, the breakouts that she felt were coming just didn't come. They just didn't appear. She's had about 5 sessions now, and she and myself are wowed.
You can notice it. You
by
can see
the
on
redness.
Chloe's face. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
You can really see the redness, and she's super happy with currently what's appearing on her skin, or not appearing on her skin.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
So the redness is the biggest thing that we've seen, and things do take time. When something's been on your skin or in your body for a long period of time, it doesn't just go away overnight. This is the most safest, effective way that we can, that still goes along with our ethos at Organic Ministry, that can help to reduce the appearance of some of these skin conditions that people have. Problems with.
Yeah. Well, her skin looks amazing.
It does. It's really starting to respond to the light. Which is amazing.
Yeah. Another thing that we had mentioned last week as well, I think you'd recommended some light therapy for my skin, but I had very honestly said to Toni, because I trust Organic Ministry in terms of I know that when we introduce something, it's going to be something like very valuable to our clients.
100%.
But I said, it's funny that I associate something like this with like either a sunbed or really harsh light, knowing that wouldn't be something that we have in the salon. So you had some great thoughts around this, because you said, no, that's actually a good thing that you brought that up, because it's a common misconception.
It will be.
That many people go, oh, that's kind of sits in that category. But what you had shared with me, maybe you could share it again, just around, it's not even in that category.
Not
and
at
I think
all.
a lot of people, when they hear stuff like that, you might be scrolling on Instagram and you see, oh, Organic Ministry's got LED light, you think, oh, well, that's in a sunbed category, or that's in a very harsh light category. But it's actually so different to that. So maybe if you could go into that.
I love this question, because I said to Bethan, don't be afraid of asking questions like that, because our clients are going to want to know the same.
I was the girl that was using Tresemme for about 10 years there, and I'm now a Davines girl.
Yes,
so
we have forgiven her.
Yes, so there's grace here for this. But
lots of grace.
I'm on a journey.
You're on a journey.
No,
we kind of covered a little bit of that at the beginning of this podcast, just in regards to the safety of the light itself. Gamma rays, X-rays, UV, all that sort of stuff, have really short, consistent waves. These are not in the same category as those lights. So they're there. We're down the other end of the spectrum, where we're just looking at light therapy. So they're longer waves. They're not unsafe on your skin. So we will go through a consultation process as well. And I won't be doing any treatments on anybody until we've actually had a consultation. There are some people that will not be able to have LED light, and that's not because it's safe, but it's more the fact that it's, say for instance, some people who have had cancer, some people who are certain autoimmune diseases cannot have, so they are light sensitive. So it's really all around the light sensitivity, which would be the same for those people if they were going to go out in the sunlight, to not be able to be out in the sunlight. I mean, even vitamin C, using it on your skin as a high percentage, can make you photosensitive. So we just need to be aware and looking after our clients and making sure that the right treatment for the right person is always married together. So there will be full consultation, and things like having a spray tan, you won't be able to use the LED. If you've been in the sun and had sunburn, you won't be able to use the LED. So some things are temporary contraindications, and others are more permanent. It's just you'll have to come and enjoy one of my beautiful facials instead. You can have one of those instead of using something like the LED light. Does that answer your question? Do you feel
definitely
comfortable
I feel
with
very
that?
comfortable, and I'll be booking in one very shortly with
so
my
it
facial.
basically will not damage your cells.
Yes.
It's doing the complete opposite of
Yeah.
that, just using coloured light.
Yeah.
which
And
is
it's like
amazing.
anything, I think there's miseducation over things or preconceptions that can get in the way of
always.
somebody, it's going in to get that and it's being very successful
Who might not
for
understand.
them. Yeah. Probably the last question that I have for you is that obviously we're looking at it as a medical treatment, but you also offer holistic beauty therapy as well.
do.
What can somebody expect when they come in for that service? Because obviously it's medical, but it's not clinical in terms of it's not like in a very sterile, cold doctor's office. You're still in the organic ministry environment. So I think a lot of people will want to know, what does that look like, that you're pairing medical, it's a professional service, it's medical service
Mixed with
what we know and love, people floating out of Toni's room at the end of it. So please tell us what that would look like.
Two different ways that we'll go around using LED. One will be on a course, which is probably what we would probably recommend for people if they're looking for the most change in their skin in a short period of time. The beautiful thing about LED, it's only 20 minutes. You're not under there for an hour and a half or anything like that. It's a 20-minute treatment. So what we've designed is to put together a block of treatments to start with. So you can just have just the LED, where I'll do that full consultation on you. It will include the first consultation, provided there's no contraindications or anything like that. We can go ahead with the first treatment on that day. It will require clients to be in twice a week to have those treatments. It's recommended that we have them about 2 days apart from each other. And then the second treatments, the sequential treatments from there on is only half an hour. It's purely a cleanse. In that consultation, it's important that we talk about home care products, because your skin's only going to be as good as what you use at home as well. We can't put all this faith and everything into one 20-minute light session. It continues on at home, and that's actually our biggest change is that. So marrying those two together is the best way to go. And then we've got the once-off Medilux lights with any of my Lux facials. And if you haven't had a facial yet, then shame on you. No, we've got beautiful facials, and it can just add a little bit of an extra oomph to a facial. But that person would have had to have had consultation at some stage, because I just won't compromise on anybody's safety. And so that will be an important part. So our menu is growing anyway, not just LED light, but we'll be doing some other things too. So we've got some dry brushing, and coming into summer we want nice feet and we want to be relaxed and all that sort of stuff. So we do have some extra goodies that are currently on our website at the moment that I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later on. But yes, LED treatment is very much I very much look at it from the perspective of a medical treatment, because that's the level that it deserves to be thought about. It's not just a cosmetic, just a fluffy little dome that goes over your head like a lot of salons do use. You'll notice a difference after one treatment, even if it's just as an add-on with a facial. Like later on, we can certainly do some maintenance, etc. with doing it that way. But you'll definitely know more. You'll see more change with the block, with the blocks. And you'll have a lovely hand massage while you're under the light too. So there's a little bit of relax in there.
And I think one thing that has been really exciting is that when you had first come on board, we had mentioned it's an evolving services list. So it hasn't just been, 3 things that you'd offer and that on repeat. So there's just been different things that have been added. And I think your clients will really enjoy that. And we hear it all the time. People will walk out here and they say they are floating out this door. And I think this will only add that extra depth to the service, that medical element to it. On top of all the incredible things that you're already doing. So
I think people are looking for that these days. They're wanting the change, but they're also needing the wellness as
Yes.
well. So I think when you put them both together, you certainly can have an option to do both, and I think that's really a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that our clients are really going to enjoy and have a lot of benefits from. So if you are interested in trying out our LED light therapy, I think that's what it's. Is that the
LED?
LED
Yes. Yep.
light therapy?
Medilux light LED. Yep.
Yeah, you'll be able to book that through our website or also give our salon a call. But yeah, I think it's something that so many people are going to benefit from.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's another great element to the services that you're already providing.
Yeah, I think so too. And if anyone wants to call up and just find out a little bit more information, just give me a call.
Yes.
Even if I'm not available at the time, I can always call you back and have the questions answered. But the best way really is the consultation. Yeah. That's when we'll be able to really talk about, the to's and fro's. I'll talk to you about the machine. I'll show you the machine and what to expect whilst you're actually having a treatment, because the treatment is bright. It's a bright light, and we can certainly work with clients to make that more comfortable with them. But we want the 1500 diodes for a reason, because that's what makes it so effective. Yes. So so I think the consultation is probably the most important part. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I think this is going to be an awesome service that we are bringing onto Organic Ministry, and so. Yes, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you've been enjoying this podcast. I'm actually the one who edits it, so that's the behind the scenes in the front of house. But it's been awesome to be here with Toni today. So thank you so much, and we look forward to bringing you more content.
Love to love ya.